We can just jump right into it. We're ready.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to Derp Derp channel.
So,
You don't want to do normal intro?
nah. I'm Scanner, that's Derp Derp. We reviewed a movie. It's not very good. It's called, what is it called again?
Tales of the Unusual.
Tales of the Unusual. It's a Japanese version of,
Tales from the Crypt.
yeah.
It is about a group of people that are in a train station when there's a big storm going on outside, and they're bored, and guy in a suit just decides to start telling them stories.
Yeah, and the first one is about a group of people getting stuck.
Plane crash.
Yeah, there's a plane crash and they get stuck in the mountains. They find a cabin and they have to try to survive. And what was it? The storyteller? No, It's called One Snowy Night. And it was really confusing. They preface it with, oh, there's a story about two people got stuck in an avalanche. One broke his leg, the other went to sneak off and eat the food. The guy who broke his leg died. He got buried outside of this cabin that they were in, and then every morning when the guy wakes up, the dead body is there beside him. And I guess the moral of the story is don't share food.
With the plane crash, there's a girl who breaks her leg, and throughout like good 10 minutes, she's complaining about just getting very warm, which is a sign of infection. And they bury her in the snow.
She's still alive when they bury her. They bury her because they need to get to safety, and at that point, dragging a person in a blizzard is not a good thing. So they dig a specific kind of hole to just keep her in there because you're actually very warm in snow pockets. Then they make it to the cabin. Then two of the people go back. They're like, "Oh, we found this cabin. Oh, we can go back and find this woman." One of the guys takes a shovel and tries to unbury her, but accidentally kills her, stabbing her with the shovel.
Apparently, he couldn't figure out where the body was.
Yeah, he
or
didn't
which
know,
way it was
which
faced.
way. Yeah.
Even though the head was a clear sign where the head was faced.
Yeah, it was really stupid. And it was just confusing. They had to like keep each other awake, and there was like a ghost or something. They're like, there's 4 people in the cabin, and as they're waking each other up, they're like, oh my god, there's this one scene where this girl's like, oh look, all these crackers that we have, and it was like she kept flipping it over, and um, she's like, oh, for whatever reason, because I keep flipping over these crackers, there's a 5th person here. It made no sense, and then one of the people dies.
There was originally 5 of them. Each time they wake up as a group, one person's missing. That was basically what was happening. Because they started out with 5.
Yeah, so the girl that broke her leg, they buried her. Now there's 4 in the cabin, but now the girl died, so there's 4, and so the ghost is supposed to be the 5th person, but it just makes no sense. And then another person dies, and another person dies, and another person dies.
It all at the end burns down to they're the one girl was basically just hallucinating everything, cause
They weren't even in a cabin.
yeah, and
They're
she
just
ended
standing
up
around
killing
talking.
everybody else,
Yeah, and she doesn't remember anything.
cause just out of nowhere, two masked people come and wake her out of the stupor, and she just wakes up in a circle around the dead bodies of everybody else. So this was all a hallucination, probably from hyperthermia.
I don't think so. She looked fine. Other people froze to death. She didn't. Anyways, it was just more confusing than anything. I didn't know what was going on. It was really boring. And then the second tale is about a samurai
Samurai
and
Cellular.
a samurai who he finds a cell phone on the ground, and
Well,
apparently,
well, first it prefaces it with apparently the pharaohs had a cell phone.
yep. And so basically, the samurai finds a cell phone and it starts talking to him, saying that, oh, you're a historical figure in history. I just want to confirm everything. And he's like some doofus samurai lord, I guess.
That is married with a woman on the side.
Yeah. He doesn't want to do anything. His clan has been,
Betrayed.
yeah, has betrayed. And in order to get their honor back, they needed to attack the head of this other clan. And this, for the longest time, he doesn't want to do anything because he's scared and coward and just kind of lazy. Um, he has like 3 kids and a wife, and since he starts talking on this phone, people are looking at him like he's crazy. Um, and it was actually very interesting to see him interact with the phone at the beginning because it's a new technology. He doesn't know what the hell like a cell phone is, so he kind of pokes it with his sword, and he starts running away, and then he comes back and he starts talking to him like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? Are you
And
this
he
person?"
spent about 5 minutes trying to figure out what the phone was.
Yeah, and his followers, even his son, are like, "Hey, let's go attack. We want revenge. Let's go attack this other clan." And he's just like, "No, no, no, no. I don't want to do that." And this other guy's like, "Oh, yeah, you're planning to attack, right?" He's like, "Oh yeah, of course I'm planning to attack." And he doesn't want to. And one day the guy's like, "Oh, what kind of speech would you make?" And he starts giving this speech, and all his clan is behind him, going like, "Oh yeah, I knew this." Oh no, he's the minister. That's what he is. This minister guy. Um, he gives this amazing speech of how he's gonna take over this land and we're gonna restore our clan and blah blah blah. And his own clan hears him and they're like, "Yeah, now we're gonna attack. When should we attack?" And it gets to the date of the battle, and he's like this whole time he's like on his cell phone, like talking to this guy, like, "What would your speech be?" He's like, "What would I say?" And he's like giving these inspirational speeches on his cell phone. Um, and my theory is that he's the only one that can see the cell phone.
He did show
Everybody
it to
else.
his mistress.
Oh, that's true. But nobody's. But the weird thing is nobody's saying anything. I guess people are thinking that he's just talking to himself. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it was a special thing. But anyways, he goes on attacks and it pans to this other Japanese dude, and he's in a pans up. There's a room full of people all asking historical figures the same questions using the same kind of phones, just confirming it. Kind of like in Star Trek, how they have um, in the way future they have like time wars, and they have to like fifth dimensionally go into different areas to try to stop people from ruining time. But this is more like Oh yeah, this we got to
He's
make sure that
basically
these
just
have
writing
depth.
an essay about him.
Yeah, these are confirming historical stuff, pretty much. Um,
Which, in my opinion, was a good idea.
yeah, it was really nice. This was
I,
actually a good one.
I actually would have liked like a full length movie about this concept,
Yeah, that would have been cool.
not just a 20-minute story.
Yeah. But anyways, that's that one. Uh, so that was the best of the ones that we
Four.
saw. We didn't even watch the fourth one
Yeah.
because it was so boring and stuff like that.
Well, for one, each story is a different genre. So, once Snowy Night was horror, Samurai Cellular is comedy drama. The next one we're about to go into is thriller, and the last one was romance drama.
Yep. So this is
And neither of us like romance, really.
yeah. There's gonna be like a half an hour of them being like, "Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you too." Great. That's what I want to hear. Anyways, the third one is about chess. It's about this chess champion who loses to a computer called Super Blue. And after 3 years, he's all depressed. He's living in the streets, and some rich dude, he's like, "Hey, I want to invite you up and I want to play you." And he's having a tough time. He doesn't want to play. But then, so he's like, "Oh, I'll just knock over the king for you because you're giving up." And so he's like, "No, I'll play you." And he starts playing, and he looks down on the street, realizing that actual people are the pawns in the chess game, and so he loses a pawn, and one of the guys gets stabbed. Uh, so that's fun, and he realizes that the people in his life are the pieces to this chess game. Like his psychiatrist is a knight, his wife is the queen, he's the king, etc., etc. And he's playing, he's playing, he's playing. Um, and at first he thinks it's all like a dream, but then he realizes this is actually happening. And at the very end, he's has to sacrifice his queen to achieve victory. Um, but his queen is his wife, and he decides to sacrifice his own king um, for the sake of saving his wife. And everybody like starts clapping, and he gets fake stabbed. Um, he thinks he's getting stabbed, but it's a fake knife. And everybody's happy for him. They're like, "Yeah, it was like shock therapy, and now you're all better, and you actually beat the computer because the computer couldn't contemplate self-sacrifice, and so it just fried." And it turns out that this rich guy who hired him was the inventor of the Super Blue computer, and he's like, "I couldn't stand that the computer could beat a human." So my question to him is, well, why the hell did you make the computer in the first place if you didn't want a human to beat it? Why would you make that? Anyways,
I think that's kind of the concept is forget the name of the term. Uh, same as like the the whole AI test, the where you get put into a room and you have to see if you can tell if you're speaking with an AI or a human being, whatever that test is called. I think that's kind of where they're going, but with like a chess computer. Turing test. I think that's what it's called.
okay.
I think that's kind of the concept they're trying to go with.
All right, cool. And then we turned it off after that.
After watching about 5 minutes
Um,
of the last story.
yeah, it was just really. I didn't know how like bad this was. The only reason I wanted to watch this movie is because I saw a movie recap on YouTube, and I was like, oh, real life chess. Oh, that should be a fun movie to watch. And turns out it was part of another movie, and I didn't know that. So, but looking at it at the beginning, it was like, oh, this is gonna be like Tales of the Crypt. Oh, okay, cool. Tales of the Crypt is like a billion times better because every single one of their stories like makes sense, and there's like a reason for people doing certain things. And this one, it was just like watching the chess people. Like, why is our live people like in the street playing human chess, and one guy gets stabbed, and he runs up to the guy, and he's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "What's the next move?" And then he dies, and you're like, "What? What's happening?" Um, and just the first one, it was just the horror one. I wasn't scared the entire time. This ghost thing that is slowly killing them. It just was more confusing than scary. It's like why are things happening? But it was made in the year 2000, so it was kind of old. So we're
And
kind of used to
also the
more.
fact we had to watch it on YouTube didn't help either.
Yeah, it was really hard to see. The graphics are really bad,
The
not clear at
quality.
all, or yeah, quality. But
I did a little research on the Cellular Samurai. The historical figure is the leader of the 47 Ronin. That whole event that the movie took place is the Battle of the 47 Ronin, which is a major historical event.
oh,
Because if I didn't count everybody that was with him, but I assume there's 47 of them.
you can't count 47 from what we saw. There's no
I
way.
assume they were hinted at, like it was meant to be the 47, which it played out exactly like they're saying in the movie. They're 47 Ronin uh, go to battle to avenge the death of their former master. So just reading that was actually based on a true event makes it even better to me, minus the cell phone, obviously.
Yeah, nice surprise. That was the best one out of all of them. That was actually entertaining and fun to watch. Watch this samurai just be addicted to his phone, talking to this random dude,
All right.
having
Uh,
sex with his mistress and shit.
Next week we are gonna review Final Destination Bloodline. The next movie after that will be this one, Judge. It's one that I've been wanting to watch. I read the manga back when 2013, so 12, probably 13 years ago is when the manga came out, and we finally found it on YouTube. And it's about a group of people that get kidnapped and get animal heads put on them, and they basically have to decide on who's deserving to live as they vote on each other to die. I
If
can't go into
if I
much.
was in there, I'd be like, just kill me right away. I
I
don't want to
I
argue.
can't go into much more without spoiling anything, but just from watching the trailer, makes it seem like it's going very close to the manga. And just looking at some of the pictures too, like I don't even recognize any of the actors, but I recognize the characters from the manga. which not recognizing the actors is a good thing for me, because I don't like well-known actors to be in the movies I'm actually looking forward to, because that kind of ruins it for me. Like this guy was in the Rain movies, or Sadako 3D. Yeah, Rain. That'll be the next one we'll watch after Final Destination. We're gonna watch Final Destination on Sunday, but we probably won't review it till Monday, since I open Monday.
Yep.
And
Okay.
here's even some of the stills from the movie.
Are we still recording?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I don't think people care about your schedule.
I was just saying when we'll
I mean, you
get.
can mention it, but I just see it as irrelevant. I'm like, okay, cool, well, whatever.
It's more just to say when the next review will